And mind you, this is a public institution funded by taxpayers' money. All the lawyers, and it resembles a giant law firm, all the lawyers in the AGC are paid with taxpayers' money. And they were still seeking $20,000 in costs from the 6 applicants. And when you add another $2,000 of disbursements, what they say were expenses they incurred, the bill comes up to $22,000 or $22,500 thereabouts, I think. So I am appealing to you today. And you know what is striking is that they have made a beeline for Han Hui Hui. All right, they have not gone to the other 5 to say you are equally responsible for the fees. They have targeted Han Hui Hui. They issued what was known as an EJD, an examination of judgment debtor, and she was supposed to have appeared in court on the 12th of December, but I think that was postponed. But ultimately, I understand from Hui Hui that she has been given 1 month to pay up if they are not going to pursue this matter any further. And you have heard from Hui Hui, she has just given birth. She's the mother of 3 beautiful children, one who's a baby sitting right next to me now. And $22,000, my friends, is a lot of money. It's a lot of money for the great majority of Singaporeans. And I hope you will be generous. You were incredibly generous when you opened up your wallets and you contributed so generously to Leong Zi Hian when we crowdfunded for his costs and damages in the defamation suit brought by Lee Hsien Loh. You were so generous when we crowdfunded for Terry Su, who was also sued by Lee Hsien Loh for defamation. We, I think, collected over 300,000. And on top of that, it was not just Leong Zi Hian or Terry Su who benefited from your generosity. Who else benefited? Roy Neng, who was sued by the Prime Minister, I believe in 2014 or 2015, and who had paid a fraction of what he was adjudged to owe the Prime Minister. But after Zi Hian's crowdfunding was so successful, Roy Neng started his own crowdfunding. I think he still owed the Prime Minister something to the tune of 140,000 or thereabouts. And he crowdfunded the sum within a week, to the best of my recollection. So I'm appealing to you, my fellow Singaporeans, to be generous, to recognize the sacrifice and the courage of Hui Hui and the 5 other Singaporeans in this matter. At least we have had someone to come out to challenge the government policy. Now, at the end of the day, the court has ruled against Han Hui Hui and the 5 others. We accept that, we respect that. But that is what is supposed to happen in a civilized society, where people can have differing opinions and we let the court decide. But in this matter, I think it is an issue of public importance. It is an issue of public importance not only to Singapore, but it has gone worldwide. Everywhere in the world now, whether it is in America, it is in Australia, it is in New Zealand, people are suing the authorities, suing the pharmaceutical companies for vaccine injury. Let me give you the latest example. Yesterday, the Thai princess, who is the next in line to the throne, collapsed when she was out running. A very healthy young lady of 44 years old, very well educated, a fitness fanatic. She was out running the dogs in the national park, Khao Yai, and she collapsed for no apparent reason. And you find that this phenomenon is repeating itself worldwide. A lot of very fit athletes die suddenly, mysteriously. At the beginning of the pandemic, not at the beginning, maybe somewhere in the middle, when the vaccines were introduced, do you know who was one of the most famous athletes who died?